Hi everyone, welcome back to Tiny Kitchen Big Flavors. Tonight we're going to be making one of my favorites, baked stuffed shrimp. I'm going to pair that with a mushroom risotto and bacon wrapped asparagus. They had this beautiful wild caught colossal shrimp at my grocery store this week, so we're going to start by getting these cleaned up so I can get them in a dry brine. I'm going to probably save the heads and shells for some stock, but let's get started. Wow, when they said colossal, they really meant colossal. These guys are huge. I just pinch off the heads and then I roll around the shrimp. There's probably, people have multiple ways of cleaning their shrimp, but this is how I do it. We're going to leave the tail on because we're going to butterfly these, clean them, butterfly them, and then use the tail to secure the stuffing inside of it. So just to show you that one more time, I pinch the head off and then start by grabbing the little legs and peeling around. Leave the tail on. So out of 1.5 pounds of shrimp, I ended up with 17 shrimp. I had 18, but one of them was missing its tail. So I threw that in with the shells to make stock. For the shells, I just added some filtered water to that, and I'm just gonna put that on the stove on low and let that simmer away. So if you're buying farm-raised shrimp, you're probably not gonna have too many issues with them being dirty inside or poopy, but like I said, these are wild caught, so we definitely need to clean them. So along the back, just slice with your paring knife and then pull out that poop. Sorry for saying the word poop on camera, but it is what it is. All right, let's do another one. Slice. Make it pretty deep. There we go, get that out of there. Oops. Can't be squeamish cleaning these things. Got those all butterflied and cleaned up and rinsed off, and now I'm gonna just give them a pat. Get them nice and dry because, like I said, this is a dry brine that we're going to put on them. So for a dry brine, what you want to do is lay your shrimp out on a single layer on a baking sheet and then cover it with kosher salt and a little bit of baking soda. What this is going to do is it will draw out the surface moisture from the shrimp, and then it will reabsorb back into the shrimp, helping it to stay nice and plump and juicy and tender as we bake it. Refrigerate this for about 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna get this risotto going because if you've ever made risotto, you know that it's a slow process. You have to pretty much babysit it the whole time and keep adding liquid and stirring. So we're going to start by chopping up and sauteing an onion and then chopping up all my mushrooms. Normally I would like to use a shallot for this. I think it's a little milder of a flavor, but I don't have a shallot, so I'm going to chop this onion very, very fine by cutting 2 different ways and then slicing just very, very thin because I only want tiny little pieces of onion in there. For mushrooms, I don't like to rinse them because mushrooms are basically little tiny sponges and they absorb water, and I don't want to have extra moisture in here, so I'm just going to wipe them with a damp paper towel. And then how I like to slice my mushrooms is I cut off one end of it so that I have a flat end, and then just slice through and then chop those up a few more times to get them little tiny pea-sized pieces. All right, my mushrooms are all chopped up, so I'm going to get those in with the pan with the onions and get those sauteing before I add my rice. For my risotto, I'm using a cup of basmati rice. Most recipes call for arborio, but I didn't have that. So what I find about recipes is it's just more about the method than it is about following strict guidelines. Use what you have. Also, there's different schools about whether to rinse or not rinse your rice. For this recipe, I'm not going to rinse my rice because I actually want the starches to develop and to help make that nice creamy risotto. Let's get this rice added in here. Again, for risotto, you want to cook it nice and low and slow. So we'll get that mixed in. Here's what that looks like. And then we'll start adding our liquid. For 1 cup of rice, I'm going to use 4 cups of chicken stock, which is exactly what 1 box is. For risotto, you want to use a wooden spoon. The wooden spoon is gentler on the rice grains. It won't break them apart, and it'll help this to get nice and creamy. You want to add your liquid enough to cover it. Your chicken stock should be warmed, but this has been sitting out at room temperature. The warming of the chicken stock helps to maintain it at the same temperature instead of it getting hot, cold, hot, cold. But ain't nobody got time for that, and I'm not about to clean another pot. Okay, I'm gonna stir this almost constantly, and I want to add more stock as this starts to cook down. Got my shrimp out of the refrigerator and I dried it off. Let's start stuffing them. I know I shouldn't be telling you all my secrets, but my goal is to make your life easier, not harder. So for my stuffing, I use this dockside crab cake. I just crumble it all up and it's perfect consistency, already made. So I'm going to take about a golf ball size ball of that stuffing and take your butterflied shrimp, put it on there, kind of wrap the sides around it, put that tail on there, and there you go. I'm going to keep doing that till I'm all done. These look delicious and they haven't even gone in the oven yet. I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees. And I'm just going to hit these with a little bit of lemon juice. And then some paprika, mostly for color. Parsley. And some butter that I have infused with 2 cloves of pasted garlic. This is going to be so delicious. All right, let's get that in the oven. Let's get this asparagus going. I gave it a quick little rinse. And I'm going to chop off these woody ends that nobody likes. At least I don't anyway. Leave the rubber band on. Cut through. And then just, there you go. Let's get this asparagus wrapped. I'm going to take about 6 stems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your bacon and just wrap. Just like that. That worked out perfect. The last one only had 5, but that's okay. To season these, I'm going to douse them in some butter. And then add salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. All right, those are all seasoned up on both sides. As soon as my shrimp comes out of the oven, these will go in and then we'll be ready to eat. Let's get this plated up because I'm hungry and ready to eat. We'll start by putting that creamy risotto down. And then let's hit it with, I think, 3 of these beautiful shrimp. I'm going to top this with a little bit of lemon butter sauce that I also use some of that stock, those shell stock that I made. Top it with a little bit of parsley. And throw my asparagus on there. There we go. Ooh, yummy. Let's eat.